Well, thank you so much for coming down. I can't tell you how much it means. It's incredible. This place is really special. I can feel it already. This is going to be a great night. So I'm going to do some talking tonight, too, tell you guys some stories. I got a lot of stuff going on. But we're gonna start with a song I wrote many years ago. And it's from, I'm losing count. That's where I'm getting to. I think it's my 4th solo album. And this one's called Endless Road. A wise man once told me, always chase your dreams. So I packed up the band, live within my means, yeah. Well, now so many miles have passed, so many one-night shows, and every day I wake to find another endless road. Sometimes I carry this music like a weight on my back, and people think I must be a playboy, living hard and fast. Another night's coming round, another small town show, and every day I wake to find another endless road. Running, I've already lost so much time. While the people I love are always getting left behind. I went down to Memphis, chasing the past. Well, I only found a dirt parking lot covered with broken glass. You know, it seems everyone moved on, gave up on soul. Yes, they did. And every day I wait to find another endless road. Another endless road. Endless road, endless road, another endless road. Thank you, guys. All right, well, I'd be remiss if I didn't touch on one of the greats of all time playing in here and do some Bob Dylan for you. So We're going to cover two bases at once. We're going to play some blues and some Bob Dylan, two of the essential ingredients. Meet me in the morning, 56th and Barbershaw. Meet me in the morning, baby, 56th and Barbershaw. Kansas now, baby, just before the snow falls. Hear the rooster crowing, baby. There must be something on his mind. Crowing now, baby. Lord, there's something on his mind. I'm just like that rooster, baby. You know I've got a worried mind. See the sun singing, baby, singing down just like a ship. See the sun singing, baby, singing down just like a ship. I'm just like that sun, baby. Every time I kiss your lips. Meet me in the morning. Hey, meet me in the morning, baby. Ooh, yeah, yeah. 56 then, war ever shown. Thank you, guys. So, a couple things about playing solo. I never played solo until I never played a solo show until about 3 weeks after Gregg Allman's funeral, and I was asked to do a show in New York City, and it was filmed by a director. We ended up putting it up on Vimeo. But that was sort of like the first time I had done a solo acoustic thing in my life. I've always had my band, or at the least a duo. And I tell you, I've been doing this, and it's been incredible. We've been doing it for about a year now. I'm just having a lot of fun. And this guitar it's a 1961 Martin. This was my dad's guitar. He bought it from Herb David Music in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And my dad was a professional musician. He toured coffee houses all over. Probably played in here, actually. I wonder if we can find him in the roster somewhere. Probably playing this guitar. So now I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I've been up to. If you're not aware, I'm working on my 6th solo album right now. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna play a bunch of songs from that, and we're also going to touch on a few things from my last record, Saving Grace, which I hope people have a couple people might have a copy. The Cock and Bull family from Galway here. The Cock and Bull has been, if you guys don't know the Cock and Bull in Galway, New York, you better know it. That's right. Enjoy beef, right? Enjoy beef. We've played many, many shows with my band at the Cock and Bull, and we have some really exciting things coming up there this year. So, but thanks for coming, guys. And so I'm gonna do one that's off Saving Grace. This is a song I wrote that Saving Grace album was kind of like a bucket list record. I had been playing guitar. I was the musical director and wrote a bunch of songs with Gregg Allman for about a decade. And when we knew he was gonna pass away, I actually ended up going to the studio in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and Memphis, and I recorded with like the bands who backed up Al Green and Aretha Franklin and stuff. And this was like a dream come true all around. So I had a clutch of songs that really fit into sort of paying homage, and I think that record, the Saving Grace record, really encapsulates. I'm really proud of what that was able to do in terms of having these musicians in their 70s who are still playing so great. And I tried to get them on there before they couldn't play anymore, to be honest. I mean, time's a monster, So we're going to do one that I wrote. This song was very inspired in terms of composition by I was going through a period of listening to this wonderful group from Memphis called the Five Royales. And I actually had to go through an entire box set to make sure I didn't steal this song from them. I don't think I did. This one's called Angeline. Angeline, Angeline, whatever happened to our dream? 'Cause now love won't grow. In this man you used to know, and I walked by your house last night. My son turned off their bedroom light. Whatever happened to our plan? Why'd you leave me for that other man? Well, Angeline, Angeline, you tore my heart up at the seams. Angeline, Angeline, come back, baby. You're the girl of my dreams. left a note under your door, and your landlord swept it off the floor. You never answer when I ring. It's always the same damn thing. Now past our favorite restaurant, never single lover's haunt. I still hold hope like a flame, place where my heart still beats your name. Angeline, Angeline, you tore my heart up at the seams. Angeline, Angeline, come back, baby, you're the girl of my dreams. Why do you have to be so mean? Angeline, Angeline, whatever happened to my dream? 'Cause now love won't grow in this man you used to know. Angeline, Angeline, you tore my heart up at the seams. Angeline, Angeline, come back, baby, you're the girl of my dreams. Why do you have to be so mean? Why do you have to be so mean? Thank you, guys. Switch it up here a little. So I get a lot of questions about this. Is not an old guitar. This is you know what's crazy is that this was made in Saginaw, Michigan, which is where my mom is from. So this guy, Matt from Mule Resonators, he actually made this from scratch just for me. Yeah, it's something else. This guitar is all over the new record. It's got a very particular thing. All right, well, I may have to look at some words on this one. We've been tracking in earnest. I think you guys are going to be, well, if you're a fan of songwriting, I think you're going to really like this record. This is, in terms of songwriting, I spent this kind of like, really this sort of apprenticeship with Gregg Allman, writing with him. And he taught me a whole hell of a lot. And I've also been going down to Nashville and writing a lot with a lot of different amazing songwriters and musicians. And it's really been helpful to kind of rediscover how important the song is. I mean, I think a lot of music these days, especially in American roots music, is built backwards. It's built at the oh, there you go. That's the record company calling to sue me. It's all sort of built backwards these days. It's built. I like to say it's built from the guitar solo out. And that's never been my philosophy. I was raised by a singer-songwriter, and I was playing in blues clubs when I was 15, 16, and on the Chitlin circuit in the Midwest, and there were always business people who wanted to sign me and make me the next, phenom, and I just ran in the other direction. I turned every offer down. I said, I need to actually get good at music first, and they never really cared about that. So anyway, this is by far the most personal record I've ever made too. I mean, I had to dig really deep on this. I've got a couple little kids now, and I've been dealing with just the most insane amount of loss that I've ever experienced in terms of my mentors and family. And with every one of these people we lose, there's this onus on all of us to carry on the traditions we learn from them. It's a responsibility. And I don't think of what I do as a business. I think of it as a responsibility to protect the art. And you guys are part of that. It's all about community, So this is another song. This one's about a real woman. This is they all say that. No, this one is about my grandmother-in-law. Actually, she was this incredible woman who lived in the south of France and in this amazing house. And my wife and I have been together about 19 years through all this stuff. And going to this house and seeing this, coming from the Rust Belt like I do, I had never had sort of this experience that I had with her. And she didn't speak a word of English. And luckily, I eat everything, and she loved jazz, so we were best friends. The funny thing is, she said to me in French the first time I went to her house, which was like 2 years after meeting my wife, so do the math, but it's a long time ago. She said to me, "You're the only American I know who eats everything." And I said, "You're the only French lady I know who knows Bill Evans on the piano." So she lived a great, long life, and, I just, her and her husband, they were like high school sweethearts, and they were a storybook romance, and they went through World War II, and he was captured, and all these things happened with their home during World War II and stuff. I mean, this was like their part of the French resistance. This was real stuff. And they got through all of it, and they lived to a ripe old age. I don't know, There's a few people I hold in my mind every day when I'm going through the day, and this woman is one of them. Her name was Anne Marie, so I'm going to try to do this for you now. On a southbound train, watching the Drone River flow. These wheels are gonna take me to that southern country home. She was always there waiting. I'm so glad that she came into my life. Her blood runs from my mother to my children and my wife. And I feel so alive when the mountains shake my pride. The lavender keeps blowing on the wind, but I know this can't be me, always feeling free. The city, it just keeps on calling me, and I have to say goodbye to Anne Marie. Anne Marie. Summer sun is slowly fading, the horizon paints a Van Gogh scene. in the final days. And now I see my children running in the same fields where the bodies lay. And I feel so alive when the mountains shake my pride. The lavender keeps blowing on the wind. But I know this can't be me, always feeling free. The city, it just keeps on calling me. And I have to say goodbye to Emery. One day her soul was taken, and the fall winds brought in the cold. And I can almost hear her laughing over that old wooden stove. This whole world can feel so vacant as we learn to lose every hand we hold. And it's cruel and sentimental as my northbound train begins to roll. And I feel so alive when the mountains shake my pride. The lavender keeps blowing on the wind. But I know this can't be me, always feeling free. The city, it just keeps on calling me. And I have to say goodbye to Emery. Emery. Thank you. I love that lady. So now I'm going to go back to the Saving Grace record for you. Funny story about this one. We had the Saving Grace album finished and tracked, mixed, and we were getting ready to master it, just sort of like the final step. And I got a phone call at my house at an older musician time. They all called me like after 11 at night all the time. You know, guys who had real record deals back in the day, you know. Not a care in the world but music, you know. So one night late, I get this call, and it's a number I don't recognize, and it's Taj Mahal. And I hung out with Taj a bunch with Gregg Allman. You know, we did some TV shows together, and he would sit in with us sometimes. There's a bunch of clips all over YouTube you can watch of us playing together. And he called me and he said, Scotty, I got this demo from Chank. That's Gregg Allman's best friend, Chank Middleton. And he goes, I love this tune you and Gregg wrote, man, I want to cut it. And the tune was the first song Gregg Allman and I wrote together, and it was like this funky blues tune that we were messing around with for years. And you know, we demoed it with the band, we demoed it together, and we were going to try to get it on Southern Blood, but making that record was a very difficult process with Gregg's health and our touring schedule. So we never got a shot at even messing around with it in the studio for that. So Chank gave it to Taj, and Taj loved the track. And I said, well, Taj, it's all yours, bro. Take it away. He said, I want to put it on your record. I'm in this Taj thing, man. So, and then that year was actually, interestingly, that was the year where Gregg and I were nominated for Grammys for Southern Blood and for the song we wrote together on that record. Thank you. And Taj was in town for the Grammys. This was when the Grammys were in New York City. I don't think the Grammys have been in New York City in a very long time. So I felt really lucky for it to be in my own backyard. And Taj was like, I'm coming in for these Grammys, man. So that was a little ways off. So we booked a studio date. And the week of the session, I was putting together the band. And I had my bass player, Brett Bass, lined up. And Eric Finland. And we had the studio all lined up in New York City. And I got a call from the legendary Bernard Purdie that week because he was coming in for the Grammys. And he's like, man, what are you up to? And I said, well, I'm about to cut this track with Taj Mahal. And he's like, oh, cool. And I said, you want to come by and play on it? He was like, absolutely. So that's what we ended up doing on the record, was one of Gregg Allman's favorite drummers and definitively one of his favorite vocalists of all time. So I figured it was a fitting tribute, to him. If I couldn't ask him, I figure how could he say no to that? So check it out on the record, though. I'm pretty happy with it. But I'm going to do kind of we've been playing it a little up-tempo lately in my band. This is a little bit of a different take. This won't be the Purdie Shuffle style. So here we go. This one's called Everything a Good Man Needs. I don't need no confirmation. I know where I belong. I don't need no reservation. I've been loving you much too long. Your love is like no other. It sure no satisfy me. Oh, babe, you keep me running. You're everything a good man needs. Need you to soothe me in the morning and rock me through the night. I need you to soothe me in the morning, baby. Lord, rock me through the night. The way she puts it on me sets my mood just right. Come on, baby, let's take one more ride. A whole lot better if you open your eyes. Give me one more try. You know my love is sure to satisfy. I fly you in from Dallas, come meet me in Tennessee. You know I fly you in from Dallas, baby, come and meet me in Tennessee. Your love that keeps me running, you're everything a good man needs. Baby, I ain't funny, no, no. You're a young child driving me wild. Baby, I ain't funny. You're everything a good man needs. You're everything. Cream in my coffee, sugar in my tea. Thank you. All right. Can't lose with the blues, I'll tell you that. Some of the best, really, it's like I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of my idols, and it's amazing when you think about guys like the guys I've gotten to play with, besides Gregg, like Levon Helm or Donald Fagen. It's like all those guys from the Woodstock scene, like all their biggest songs are actually blues songs, when you think back to even farther back to Doc Pomus and Percy Mayfield and Chuck Berry. The blues isn't just about, improvising, it's also about songwriting. Absolutely. My guitar tech called in sick today. It's me. I've actually got a cold. All right, we're going to go back to the Saving Grace record now, to the Memphis side of things. I think when you hear this song that I wrote, it'll be obvious to you why I cut this with the high rhythm section, the guys who played on all the Al Green stuff. Emerald stare across the pillowcase. Morning light streams across a lovely face. But every time I try to describe this beauty before my eyes, I can't help it. All the world can't say no. Just last night I thought I was a hopeless case. Don't mention love, it doesn't come close to this state. 'Cause I've been in love before. This girl has opened a brand new door, and I can't help it, darling. All the world can't say. Ooh, can't say, baby. Ooh, baby. She leans over now and kisses so every trace of the long nights and lost and lonely days. There's just no way to say how it feels. It takes more than words to reveal. I can't help it, baby. All the words can't say. I can't help it, darling. All the words can't say. Ooh, I can't help it. All the words can't say. Sweet love of mine, oh baby, sweet love of mine. Hey, baby. Sweet love of mine. All the world knows they just can't say no, 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 no. Thank you. Funny thing, I think I realized why my guitar isn't staying in tune. There's this very specific instruction that I got from my luthier to do something to it when I restrung it, and he taped a reminder inside, and he taped a reminder on the outside of the case and inside the case, and I didn't do it. So I don't know if that's a fail on his part or mine at this point. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be on the binder. I don't know. Maybe a bit of a struggle here. We'll get through it. All right, I'm going to do a song now written by another idol of mine who's still out there playing at 73 years old, the great Don Bryant. He wrote a tune called I Can't Stand the Rain. And, he's a Memphis legend, and we toured a little bit in the summer of last year with me doing some of my stuff using his band, the Bo Keys. And, Don's another one of my favorite songwriters of all time. So I'm going to do this great bluesy song he wrote back in the day, and a lot of people recorded this, Ovie Wright and Ann Peebles. It's called Nickel and a Nail.
But some way, Lord knows somehow I fail. Now whoa, all I have in my pocket, all I can give account of is a nickel and a nail. Woo! All I can give account of is a nickel and a nail. My friends, you know they just don't know. You see, deep down in their hearts, they think I'm doing swell. But every night, I smile and jingle. Yes, I do. You know I'm jingling, yeah, yeah. A nickel and a nail. Yes, you did. You said I better hit that lonesome trail. How, Lord, how expect me to make it, yeah, baby. How am I gonna make it? Nickel and a nail. You know they just don't know. No, they don't. See, deep down in their heart, think I'm doing swell. Well, they don't know every night I smile and jingle. Yes, I do. You know I'm jingling with just a nickel and a nail. All I'm jingling is a nickel and a nail. That's all right. That's all right. Love, just a nickel. Ooh, Lord knows that nail won't spin. Nail won't spin. And all I have in my pocket, all I can give a count of. All I got is a nickel and a nail.
I'm gonna kick this set off with a brand new tune from the new record that I keep threatening you with. I'm gonna try to get it out this year. It's not easy, guys. Trust me. It's a one-man job at this point. All right, this one's called "On the Run Again."
I left you on the beach with a diamond in your hand. Now I'm staring down the street in another broke down van, and I wonder how many more miles to go. I always drove so hard, praying that we'd last, crying for some mercy, or wishing away my past. But I guess I'm born to roam until the last dime is spent. And I've got a willing heart, but I'm always on the run again. Another broken promise, my mind playing tricks again. You know I see you watching, waiting to see who will win, while I'm torn apart inside by these two different men. Lord knows I am, and one has a willing heart, and the other is on the run again. Is like a candle that you try your best to hold in the raging hurricane of a restless soul, trying to find your balance, trying to wash away these sins. With a willing heart, but always on the run again. but you're always on the run again. Well, you've got a willing heart, but you're just a gypsy on the run again. Always on the run again. Always on the run again. Always on the run again.
Thank you. I never usually have lyrics on stage, so a lot of this stuff I've never played live before, so you guys are hearing it for the first time. All right, so man, this has just been an amazing night. You guys are incredible, and this place, man, wow. Thank you for supporting this place. All right, so I'm gonna do another new one off the record for you. This one's called Bad News.
Give me an inch and I take a mile. Don't trust my word, don't trust my smile. 'Cause I change all the time. Such a waste of a man living in his prime. 'Cause I'm bad news, always have the blues. Kicked around and you know I've been abused. I'm bad news, trying to pay my dues, but I'll leave you feeling so confused. Well, you know I will. Well, I'm so sorry, baby, but you know I will. Well, I always want to do what's right, but my demons come back every night. Well, sure wish that I could be your man, but here I am getting pulled back down again. 'Cause I'm bad news, always have the blues. Kicked around and you know I've been abused. I'm bad news, trying to pay my dues, but I'll leave you feeling so abused. Well, you know I will. I'm so sorry, baby, but you know I will. Well, I come into town like a hurricane, but I'm out by morning, wheels up on the next plane. Yeah, 'cause I'm bad news, always have the blues. Kicked around, don't you know I've been abused. Well, I'm bad news, trying to pay my dues, but I'll leave you feeling so confused.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. It means a lot when I don't have the band, you know, usually. Thanks. There was one of our many musical geniuses of the 20th century, the late great Duke Ellington. He had a quote that I pull out quite often, and he said, "There's only two kinds of music: good music and bad music." So I'm going to play some Duke Ellington music for you because there's only two kinds of music. There's good music and bad music, and Duke Ellington is some great fucking music. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to play a little bit of this first piece I'm going to play for you is one of my favorite instrumentals of his, and it doesn't have any words that I'm aware of, so I got to look that up later. I might be wrong. I'm sure someone wrote some words to it. Then I'm going to segue into a really beautiful song of his that I had the joy of recording on my Brickyard Band record, my fourth record, which was actually cut in Woodstock at Applehead Studios. And that song is called Solitude. So I'm just going to play a little bit for you here and pay homage to one of the greats.
Solitude, you haunt me with reverie of days gone by. In my solitude, you turn me with memories that never sit in my chair, filled with despair. No one can be so sad, with gloom everywhere. I sit and I stare. I know I'll soon go mad. In my solitude, I'm praying, praying, dear Lord above, send back my love. Send my love. Sit in my chair, filled with despair. No one can be now so sad, with gloom everywhere. You know I sit and I stare. I know I soon go mad. In my solitude, you know I'm praying, Lord, I'm praying, yeah, dear Lord above, send back my love. Hey, ooh, dear Lord above, send back my love. Send back my love. Ooh, baby, I wonder where though she's gone. In my solitude, get so lonely, baby. I wonder, do you ever think about me? Oh no. In my solitude.
Thank you. good song's a good song, you know. So another story to tell. My whole life, ever since, I mean, I'll tell the bigger story of it all, but just to put this all in context, you know, so my dad was a professional musician. He had to give it up to support our family. We had to move all over the place, you know, there were a few eureka moments that I had seeing concerts when I was 10, 11, 12. But when I was a teenager, I found this bar called the Up and Under in Milwaukee on Brady Street, and it was one of those perfect timing things. This was like the Gertrude Stein salon of 90s blues. So basically, like, it was this bar where this guy Mike Costel ran the place, and he was just a fanatic for blues. And it so happened that at this period in the early and mid 90s, our local musicians were Hubert Sumlin, Pinetop Perkins, Luther Allison, Buddy Miles, Mel Ryan, who played on all those Wes Montgomery records. He was actually one of my teachers at my school sometimes. Elvin Jones's bass player, Gerald Cannon, was a teacher sometimes at my school. And I moved there when I was, I guess I was a sophomore in high school. And basically, I just hit the ground running, and I ran into all these guys at once, and they all took me under their wing. I was extremely fortunate for that. And Mike Costel, the owner of the Up and Under, who's I don't know if Mike's still alive, to be honest, but he hasn't had the club in probably 20 years. But he signed me out as a bar back when I was 16, which you can legally work in a bar in Milwaukee when you're 16. And he said, you can come here with your parents anytime you want. I'm going to give you an every Thursday gig. And that place is where I learned to play music. And as a matter of fact, my main mentor from that time was this guy Stokes, who I'm sure none of you have ever heard of, but he's about, like, I mean, you know, we're talking about someone who is on the level of B.B. King. B.B. King used to actually come see Stokes and tell him, like, I don't know why I'm famous and you're not. You know, he was one of those talents. And Stokes was really my main mentor. And it's funny because, you know, it's kind of like when you're a chef and you get a job like washing dishes. You know, it was like I played drums for him first, because his drummer kept getting drunk, and I was just hanging by the side of the stage, and I was ready to do anything, and I'd never played the drums before, but he liked it, and so then I ended up playing drums for him on and off for a while. But anyway, that's kind of how I started out, and then touring with some of these guys like Harvey Scales and Willie Higgins, and you know, recording with Buddy Miles, and all when I was a teenager. And I've just been fortunate enough that, you know, when I got to New York, one of the first people I met was Ahmet Ertegun, and he tried to help me. And unfortunately, the music business was already on a bender by then. But he did his best, and obviously he's just an absolute real tastemaker and a hero. We miss him every day. And then I ran into you know, Levon Helm and eventually Gregg Allman, and so all these gigs kind of just have, you know, that generation of musicians has just followed me around, and it's been amazing. And there's actually, in the last couple of years, I've been called by a couple, I won't say who they are, but I've been called by a couple other really famous rock musicians from that period who wanted me to come out and play guitar for them. And whether it was smart or not, I said, I've got my band, I'm doing all these gigs, I've got to do this finally. I can't just be sideman forever. I'm writing hundreds of songs, you know. Then about a month ago, I got a succession of phone calls from some of my favorite musicians and friends saying, you know, Scott, are you around in 3 weeks? Scott, are you around in 3 weeks? I said, yeah. And then finally, Bill Payne called me from Little Feat, and he says, Scott, Scott Paul's not doing well, and we need you for a couple gigs. And I said, well, you've come to the right place, because my two favorite bands of all time are the Allman Brothers and Little Feat. So I told him, you just tell me where to be. I'm going to be there. And the first gig, I had met Billy Payne before. We jammed together with the Doobie Brothers many times, and I love those guys. They're amazing guys, and they have Mark Quinones from the Gregg Allman Band now in their band, and they have our old crew and Tex, so it's all like one family. But I had never met Kenny Gradney and Sam Clayton and Fred Tackett, you know, and some of the other fellas. I knew all the horn players because they were Levon's guys. And I got to sound check the first day, and my good buddy Jay Collins, who plays sax in Little Feat, he calls me up and he says, "Scott, I'm on the tour bus, and listen, it's going to be a pretty heavy day." I said, "Well, what's going on?" He goes, "Well, it's your first gig tonight, but Paul Barrere just passed away this morning, and the band just found out." So they got to the venue, and I met all of them in this emotional state, and I can't tell you how many times I've been put in this position in my life. So I feel almost like I've gotten a rock and roll psychology degree after all these years. And I tried to just, be as thorough and professional and humble and respectful as I could, because I love these guys so much, and they were incredible, and they were so gracious and wonderful, and just another example of that generation of musicians who they sort of obey this kind of unspoken code of like community and music and humility and music. And, we all kind of huddled, and, I hugged some of them for the first time meeting them. And they said, "Let's do it, man. Let's play for Paul." And right before we're about to go on stage, it was in Long Island. Right before we're about to go on stage, Bill Payne comes up to me and he goes, "Scott, I got to tell you something." He says, "Nobody knows that Paul has died, so when I go out on stage, I'm going to announce that he's passed away, and then we're going to introduce you." Luckily, the Little Feat fans are amazing, and I had some hometown crew in the house before I played a note, and it was amazing. It was, those 2 nights of playing music were 2 of the best nights of my life. I got to tell you, and the band just played so great. So now I'm playing with the band, and I'm going to Jamaica with them a couple weeks, and we're going to try to make some new music for you. We'll see what happens. If I had to pick one personal musical influence for me, my number 1 is Lil George. Always has been since I was a little kid. So I'm going to do one of my favorite songs of his of all time, and I got the green light to sing this one with the guys. So I've been working on it. So here's a Little Feat number for you.
Oh, hello. Give me missing persons. They said, "What is it that you need?" I said, "Oh, I need a soul." She said, "You got to stop your pleading, 'cause no matter what you do, even pray to heaven above, Lord, all you'll ever get from her is long distance love." I read the papers, I got the blues. I was so sad to hear the news. Help wanted, but not enough. These times are getting rough. No matter what I do, even pray to heaven above, Lord, all I ever get from her is long distance love. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Her toes were so pretty, and her life so sweet. I wonder, did she know? Do she know she hurt me so? 'Cause no matter what I do, even pray to heaven above, Lord, all I ever get from her is long distance love, long distance love. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Little George, man.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to play you another brand new song here. You know, sometimes you just like a lot of the songs on this new record, they just kind of, you know, they just came in a flash and they kind of wrote themselves because I was honestly trying to work through so much different shit. This one in particular, this one, I mean, it's self-explanatory in the title, but I think it's really important that, you know, we all stop and thank the people in our lives that keep it going, because I mean, really, if you don't do that, you don't have the humility and the sort of try to have the grace to honor those who love you, you really don't, you know, we don't have a hope as people. So I wrote this song just, you know, really for the people in my life who've helped me so much. I've been so lucky to have an amazing wife and kids and in-laws and friends and playing music, and you guys, you know, it's all like an extended family in a way, and getting to know the Allman camp and the Feet camp and the Helm camp. I mean, it's just like a giant family of love, and it's got me through everything. So I'm gonna do a song now that's just, you know, kind of it's an observation that we all need to say thank you now and then.
When the storms of worry tear us asunder, you're a cool ocean, calm and blue. When I'm terrified, fear's pulling me under, you put out a hand, you come to my rescue. I've got gratitude for everything that you do. Gratitude, your love can always soothe. Whether we win or whether we lose, gratitude, 'cause you see me through. When pride, sickness tempts my heart, and I'm reaching out to help me turn the page, I know that you will play a part. Shine a light on my darkest days. So lift this veil of sadness with your sweet laughter. Take this man to your homebound arms. Now I know fear is not my master. This mind can ravage, but it's done no harm. I've got gratitude for everything that you do. Gratitude, your love can always soothe. Whether we win, whether we lose, gratitude, 'cause you see me through. In a land that seems cursed, tireless worry, we all need a sanctuary somewhere true. I thank the Lord for your patience and the home that you've given. Every day I want to thank you. I've got gratitude for everything that you do. Love can always soothe. Whether we win, whether we lose, gratitude, 'cause you
Thank you. All right, now I got another one I wrote here on the new record. Been playing this live for a little while, this one. Like I was saying earlier, I never give up on the blues form. I think that it's a really ripe palette for writing songs, not just for playing guitar solos, even though I'm going to play some here. And this one has a lyric I think that really speaks for itself. This was one that just came to me as a title one day, and when I got it, I said, I've really got to write this song. And it took a few months, but I finally got it. This one's called Too Many Losers Are Coming Up Winners.
Counting cards and talking fast, betting high and talking trash. You can't trust a man who's full of foolish pride. Cry for mercy when his hands shows he lied. Too many saints are turning into sinners. Too many losers are coming up winners. The game begins, you know you're feeling fine. You realize you laid it all on the line. The dealer's gonna play you cheap. Fixes in, word is on the street. Too many saints are turning into sinners. Too many losers are coming up winners. This game, when your health is a business and the schools are a shame. Everywhere you go, some madman could be packing heat. We gambled it away, resigned in defeat. Too many saints are turning into sinners. Too many losers are coming up winners. Lord, you know that's right. Too many losers, baby. Too many losers coming up winners. Hey, yeah. Too many losers are coming up winners, yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. So I got one more for you. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm going to come out there in about 3 musician minutes. I'll come out there and say hi to all of you at that table. I don't know if there's going to be any CDs left. There's been a rush on CDs, which means either someone has a CD player or they know someone who has one. I don't know anyone who has one, and I'm 43 years old. So It's interesting these days. It's like all the music in the world is on the phone, and then people listen to vinyl. It's very interesting. It's like the two ends of the spectrum. But I have the vinyl, but I can't haul it around anymore. It's become an asset, especially when I'm traveling around in my car that has baby seats in it. It's very glamorous. I'm going to finish this out with this is probably the song at this point, this is probably the song I'm best known for writing. I wrote this song with Gregg Allman. It's the one I mentioned earlier, and this song took about 3 years to write. Gregg hadn't really written a song in a long, long time when we were working on this, and the inspiration for this tune, I have talked about it a couple times. There's an article I was asked to write an essay by this great magazine called Bitter Southerner, and I wrote an article about the sort of journey of this song from its inception, from its inspiration to the Grammys, and it's kind of bookended with this 3 years of touring and writing. So I'll spare you all the details, but I will tell you that this song came to me in a dream. It was very specific. I happened to be spending the week at Gregg Allman's house in Savannah, Georgia, and I was staying in his mom's room, which I never usually did, but he had a bunch of other guests, and she had all these pictures of Dwayne and Gregg when they were like in military school and all the way up through till Dwayne passed away. And I was going to sleep every night with these sort of images. And one night, Gregg and I stayed up really late, and I went to bed, and at about 5 a.m., I shot up, and I ran to grab my journal and write these words down. Because basically, I had this vivid dream. I can see it like it was a movie that I saw, where Dwayne Allman was talking to Gregg, and he was telling Gregg these words to this song, the first verse and the chorus line. So he says, "You and I both know this river will surely flow to an end. Keep me in your heart. Keep your soul on the mend. You and I both know the road is my only true friend." I got that. I wrote that down in the journal. And I ran downstairs and grabbed this Blues King guitar, which was my guitar when I wrote with Gregg. And it's funny because I ran into that guitar. I was playing with Dwayne Betts recently, and we were doing a radio thing. And he opens up the case, and he pulls out the Blues King. And I go, "My only true friend." I wrote that whole song on that guitar over 3 years. And he was blown away by that. But I grabbed that guitar, and I ran out on the the porch in Savannah. I looked onto this swamp and onto the inlet in the ocean, and I just kind of got these chords, because of course I was thinking, as someone who was raised on the Allman Brothers, I mean, I'm such a fan of the music, and Gregg was such a good friend of mine, and we believed so much in the band with what we were doing against all odds. I felt like I wanted to do something that would really, hopefully, do justice to this inspiration. But the thank you. The flip side to all that work is when I got the final draft of the album cover, I nearly passed out because I had nothing to do with the album art design, and the cover is literally what I was looking at when I wrote this song. It's the sun coming up over the boat slip of his house. And at that time, I hadn't told anyone this story. And in fact, I never told Gregg the story because his brother was such a reverential figure to him and to all of us, and I just didn't want anything to affect the progress of this song. So the bigger story is out there, and you can read it. It's a whole series of moments where we finally got it on the record, but it wasn't easy. But anyway, here it is. I'm going to play it for you. It was an honor to write it with him, and it's an honor to play for you guys and have you support me. I can't tell you how much it means. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
You and I both know this river will surely flow to an end. And keep your soul on the mend. And I hope you're haunted by the music of my soul. just can't face living this life alone. I can't bear the thing, this might be the end. But you and I both know the road is my only true friend. Another night alone, but I see you in my dreams sometimes. And no matter where I go, good Lord knows you were always on my mind. And I hope you're haunted by the music of my soul. When I'm gone, please don't fly away. Find you a new love. Just can't take living this life alone. I can't bear to think this might be the end. But you and I both know the road is my only true friend. Still on and on I roam. It feels like home is just around the bend. And I've got so much left to give, but I'm running out of time, my friend. And I hope you're haunted by the music of my soul. When I'm gone, please don't fly away. Find you a new love. I just can't face living this life alone. I can't bear to think this might be the end. You and I both know the road is my only true friend. Lord, you and I both know the road is my only true friend.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. All right. You guys are too kind, man. Well, I don't want to hold you all too late, but I'm going to do, I'll do one more for you, all right? We'll play some blues for you. It's another song I wrote many years ago, first cut on the Brickyard Band album, and I actually cut this on 2 Gregg Allman records. He really loved this song. He covered this song twice. But thanks again for this amazing place and for coming here and supporting music. I can't tell you how much it means in this day and age. Were any of you guys here for the Amy Helms shows? Did anybody come down for those? I love that woman. Her voice is just so beautiful. And I think Connor Kennedy was playing guitar with her probably. He's one of my old friends. I heard they wrote a song about Stewarts. Now, I love Stewarts. And I tried, but I failed miserably. There are not many things that rhyme well with Moose Tracks. That's all I'm saying. That's the best thing about Stewart's is Moose Tracks. Just want to get that straight. Well, maybe one of these days, Amy and I can come back here and play together for you guys, and we'll write part 2.
Been spending all my money, started smoking cigarettes. Sleeping in the bottle, she's not finished with it yet. Girls like bad, bad whiskey, devilish fever dream. I'm not going near the fire, her love's like kerosene. To 12, gonna bring some pills and liquor. We'll go out and raise some hell. The girls are bad, bad whiskey, devil in a fever dream. I'm not sleeping near the fire. Still a young man, but it's time to settle down. You know she gets my mind mixed up every time she comes around. Like bad, bad whiskey, devil in a fever dream. I'm not sleeping near the fire. Her love's like kerosene. I'm not going near the fire. Her love's kerosene. I'm not going near the fire. Her love. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you all next time.